Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast, episode 25.
Yes.
Yeah, peeps to those last week who caught me doing that wrong because I forgot to change the number. Anyway, hi, hello, I hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us for this week's show. We got a whole bunch of stuff from Apex Legends to Super Mario 3D World leaking. And also we'll talk a little bit more about that because it drops at the end of this week, but we'll save that for later. Stardew Valley stuff, Terraria stuff, bunch of drama with Google, whole lot of good stuff. And also, it's Valentine's week, so we've got a special collector's corner. We don't have an alliteration for you, I'm sorry to break your heart, but we'll be talking about some dating sims that you should play to set us the mood for Valentine's Day as best we can. So, without further ado, welcome. Apex Legends Season 8 is out now. Cameron and I have played a good bit of it at this point. New character Fuse. Imagine if AC/DC was a person. New weapon, the 30-30 repeater. It's a semi-auto rifle, a new heavy weapon.
Imagine if AC/DC was a gun.
Yeah, pretty much. And a new update to Kings Canyon map. So, yeah, I really like Fuse. He doesn't replace... He's not like my number one main now, but I do like that he's all about explosions and grenades. The double stacking grenades thing is really addictive, and it's kind of hard to stop playing him once you get used to being able to carry twice as many grenades, and you can like throw grenades 500 meters. It's
Did
really
you see
good.
that thing on the subreddit? Some dude threw an arc star 250 meters.
No, but I believe it. We laugh like every time we throw. Like we're like, "Hey, can you throw a grenade that far?" Yeah. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying Season 8 so far. And the new character. The 30-30, I don't know. I'm not so big on that.
It is, whatever that light weapon that G7 Scout.
Yeah, but, well, it's better than the
just-
G7. I would rather have a 30-30.
Because it hits harder.
Yeah.
Just because that's the only difference. It hits harder, but that doesn't make it significantly better.
I don't know. It's for those medium range fighting people, and I'm not one of those people. I'm either like up front fighting you, or I'm like 400 meters away trying to snipe you. So
Yeah, give me charge rifle or have me right on top of you.
yeah.
I need to get better at close fighting, though.
It also rewards patience because it charges up shots if you like wait a couple seconds. And I'm also not that kind of person either. So,
Definitely not during a fighting game.
yeah.
Any game, I guess.
Well, it definitely shouldn't be your main weapon, and there's no way you should use that in close combat unless you have to, I guess. Speaking of Apex Legends, it is coming to Switch officially on March 9th. That is now public knowledge.
A month after it was legally going to come to the Switch.
The Apex Legends Switch controller is already available to buy on Amazon if you want it. It's one of those third-party Hori controllers.
Confused.
Yeah. So players will receive 30 free Battle Pass levels to compensate for starting a month late on the season. Seasons are only like 90 days or so, so I don't think that really does a lot for you. But it's better than nothing, and I guess it's the best they can do. They probably just shoved this all on Panic Button last notice. By the way, Panic Button's doing this port. If you don't know who they are, they did the Doom port and the Wolfenstein port and the Rocket League port.
I think so.
And they did something else. I don't know what else.
They've done a lot of the major ports, so it should be okay.
In good hands, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
whether or not you want to play Apex on the Switch is another question. If it's poorly ported, it's not gonna be great.
Yeah.
well, I trust Panic Button. They do a really good job.
No, I trust them.
I played Doom on the Switch, and it runs shockingly well for what it is. So I trust them. Speaking of Apex Legends, it's either going to be 15 gigs or 30 plus gigs, depending on which Nintendo site you're looking at. I don't know why. It's most likely going to be 30 plus gigs. I hope you have an SD card.
There's actually an Apex SD card. I saw that get talked about on my Twitter feed.
For real?
Yeah, it's one of those just branded ones where it's definitely just overpriced, but you know.
This is my Apex SD card.
It
The
costs me
only
twice
thing
as
on
much.
here is Apex.
But it
Can I
costs me
download
twice
this?
as much.
No, it's just for Apex.
It's
Well,
a 128 gig, if I remember correctly. Which should not be $60, but it is.
wait, Grant, do you think there's going to be a physical for Apex?
But what if I want a branded Cameron?
No. It doesn't really seem like limited run games territory, and if I recall correctly, I've seen boxes for Apex Legends in store.
But those always have codes.
Well, I don't know. There might be discs. I think it's not like the Fortnite
there's
ones where it's like
Fortnite.
download code only thing.
That's true.
But I can't recall correctly. But most certainly, unless it blows up, like if 70 million people out of the 80 million people with Switches right now download Apex Legends, I really doubt it. It's a free to play game, so.
That's true.
And
I tried to look it up. No one's showing pitch. Oh, wait, look at that. Right as I was complaining, the Xbox One edition actually did have a disc.
yeah, that's what I thought. There might be a box like they did with the Fortnite one where it's going to be like a download only and it's going to be like $20, but you get a bunch of coins,
Path
Apex
or
coins.
Lifeline or Bloodhound,
Yeah.
whichever character they decide. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I assume
It might
wasn't
be
one of
Mirage.
those already?
They've used Mirage a lot.
One of those was already in Amazon Japan, so I think they're probably doing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. There's just like no reason to make a physical version if it's free.
Yeah.
Because trying to sell a physical thing plus some coins for
With-
$20 is gonna make them lose a lot of money just because those cartridges are hard to make, quote unquote hard.
Quote unquote expensive.
Yeah. So next up, NCAA college football is returning now as EA Sports College Football. NCAA is out because their regulations are stupid. So there's no player likenesses, although that was made illegal by the NCAA anyway. That's why that series stopped, if I recall correctly. But it's still going to be teams and stats based on those teams from similar years. There just won't be Bo throws picks Nicks in there. There won't be any Mac Jones. There won't be any Justin Fields or Trevor Lawrence or whoever. I don't really know how far they're going to go with that can't use their likenesses thing, because like what if they give the Clemson quarterback long hair? Like, is that a likeness? Because Trevor Lawrence has long hair?
Just get close enough, like where people are like, "That's them," but you're like,
Look, all you
"But
gotta
we
do-
didn't put the name."
we didn't put the name. It's okay, guys.
This is
Look,
Bob
we called
Dole.
them in
Bob
so that we
Dole.
could model them. Bob Dole.
So yeah, it's probably not coming out until next year. There's no hard news on that, but one of the developers on Twitter said that this is kind of new, so it probably won't be this year. But it most certainly will be the first football game I've ever got close to its launch. Ever. And even then, I probably will not buy it when it first comes out. It's just really hard to get me to spend $60 on a football game.
I mean,
I
You
I
can
hope
buy
that they
it
don't
to-
FIFA it,
Wow.
you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, it's EA.
hmm
You already know you can buy it day one for $50 at Walmart. I guess it would be 60, right? Because
I don't know if the
PlayStation
if
5
Walmart
games
has been doing
are
PS5
70.
Well,
Not
I don't
all
think-
PlayStation 5 games are 70. Only some of them. I know Back
the
4 Blood.
ones that are cross console aren't,
Yeah.
because otherwise they're not going
That
to sell.
probably won't be then.
Back 4 Blood that comes out this summer that we've talked about a couple times on the show. That one's going to be 60.
That's
That's
cool.
really the only one I have on hand. But yeah,
Look-
so possibly by 2022 we'll have a new college sports title.
but Grant, you had to think of the big brain move. Just wait a year and it'll be 75% off.
But
Dude,
then
you don't
have
even
no
have
one
to wait
play
a year,
with.
bro. You wait.
You
If
wait
it,
2 months.
It drops in October of the year it comes out, and then by Christmas it's already $30. And then
No.
I bought Madden 21 for $25 on Black Friday when it had dropped in like September or October, and I got the free PS5 upgrade with it. So
Let's go.
There's one that will drop faster than anything else. It's football or sports games in general.
Yeah.
They don't. See, the thing is, they don't do a lot of sports.
MLB The Show takes the crown on that. I find you hard pressed to find any copy in any store anywhere that is being sold for over $5 right now. Those games never last. They're always in the bargain bin.
I always found it very weird when I finally got my PlayStation 4. It was like, okay, what are the main ones on the box that they are marketing the console with? Like the stand-in, whereas Nintendo would put like Mario Kart 8, and it was Spider-Man. Okay, that makes sense. That's a good pick.
Logical.
God of War. Okay.
Also I mean,
logical.
game of the year.
And then MLB The Show 2019. And I was like, do people care about baseball that much?
One of these things just doesn't belong here.
Like, the most I heard about baseball in the past 4 years was one,
on that box.
when the Cubs won. 2, when, like, Houston had a cheating scandal or something. And then 3, seeing MLB The Show 2019 on my PS4 Slim box.
Sounds like a Scott the Woz skit.
Yeah, that really is. Yeah, like the only baseball thing I know recent is the Tampa Bay Rays going to the World Series, because now everyone's calling it Champa Bay because the Tampa Bay hockey team won the cup. The Rays went to the World Series, although they lost the World Series.
See, you're
And
way
now
over
the-
my
and now
head
the
right now with baseball stuff.
Well, all I mentioned was the team name.
Right.
Yeah, fair enough. I didn't know the Tampa Bay Rays were a team until they went to the World Series. I was kind of actually pulling for that team, because if there's one set team I hate worse than Tampa, it would be San Diego or Los Angeles. Like Southern California teams, they really upset me. I also don't like the Chargers for that same reason. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be buying it when it drops to $25 on Black Friday of the year it comes out. I can wait. I wonder if it's literally going to be just like Madden, but with now you can wear an Alabama jersey.
That's how I would do it.
How much money do you
Easiest
think they're gonna
payday of
spend?
all time.
How much money do you think they're going to spend on all the licenses for that?
Enough that the schools go, we can raise tuition again.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know,
Okay, we have to.
Actually, that is they're getting paid, but
I was gonna say they're
absolutely
getting
see
paid
them-
for the licenses. The schools aren't paying to be in the game.
No, but
No, I meant-
Alex has a point though. They'll raise tuition regardless.
Yeah, I was gonna say the logic is very backwards, but so is tuition prices. So
Right.
um,
It doesn't matter what they get paid. They're gonna raise tuition anyways.
yeah.
All right, we got $1 million. Tuition has to go up. We don't know what happened to the football money.
The last
They really don't.
college football game I played was 2005 for GameCube. And that one is cringe because it's old. But
Yeah,
I
that
still
one's
enjoy playing.
interesting. I remember
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see how it is. I feel really bad for the people that dropped like $80 to $200 on NCAA 12 or 13, like the last
Because
one
it was
that
the
came
last
out.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they weren't
I
gonna
have
make
that
it
one,
anymore.
but I got it way after release, so it was only like I think I got it for Christmas, and it was still discounted. So,
Yeah.
and that one was pretty good. It was just
it
then
was
the
only
series
within the
fell
past
off.
couple years that it jumped up in price like it did.
Yeah,
So rip
The
to those
series
people.
had basically been retired till now.
Yeah,
I'm
the
sure they were.
NCAA changed the rules, and they're like, okay, yeah, we can't do this game anymore.
I'm sure
don't-
that the price skyrocketed for a bit, and now it has plummeted from the announcement.
No,
And if
I
the
think,
new one is good, it'll stay down. If it sucks, it'll shoot back up again.
Yeah,
I think
probably.
it's gonna. I think it dropped a little, like you said, but I don't see it have plummeted because people were like, "Well, it's the last one."
of that
of this-
of the NCAA
yeah.
series, because now it's EA Sports college football.
Yes, I will pay a premium for a different acronym. Yes.
Some people will, but you're right. If the new one sucks, it's gonna drive the price up of the last one.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm excited
new-
though. I'm very excited.
I can't wait for all those ads.
Oh God.
I've seen.
I've never played a football game.
I can't wait for the stock image equivalent of drumline music that they play on the title screens.
Yeah,
I could
dude.
get a real drum line to come in and do
It's
it.
so
No,
dirt.
that
No,
costs money.
that is not hard to do. I 100% promise it's not hard to do.
That
they
costs
got-
money that they
they
don't
got-
want to spend.
A whole drum corps to do the music for the Incredibles movie. They did nothing besides give them exposure, and it was fine. Of course, it's probably because Pixar's in California, and so is that drum corps. But they could easily get a professional.
I know in
line, I
in the
promise.
05
That
game.
costs money. EA doesn't like to give up money.
Yeah, but if they did that, I'd have a lot of respect for them. Just
Um,
proving
They
that
don't
they're
care about
willing
your
to try.
respect.
All right, Grant, go.
in 05, the only Auburn, like they have a song for each team, like one of the team's band songs that they play.
Right.
And for Auburn, they have one. It's not the fight song. It's not
That's our fight song.
the.
It's not Glory.
No, it's not Glory. It's not like the fanfare that like with the touchdown song.
What they give us.
I can't remember what the name of it is, and I don't want to sing it because it'd be a terrible rendition. But it's, I mean, like it's an Auburn song. Like if you hear it and you're from Auburn, you're like, oh yeah, that's an Auburn song. But it's not like it's not one of the big three like that. You can be like, oh yeah, that's our song, you know. But yeah, so I'll be interested to see if they like do that again with like having the school's music and there. Hopefully, it's more than just one song.
Isn't it kind of a trip that like when the previous series ended, right? And now that it is coming back, there is still like no doubt that the best team currently is like Alabama, bar some missteps, a very few amount of missteps.
Alabama will continue to be the number one team in college football until approximately 5 minutes after Nick Saban retires.
Or dies.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Alabama will become the worst team.
Yeah. Too bad Gus didn't get to stick around. He won't be able to have his face in the game. It'll be Brian Harsin or whatever his name is.
I just hope that Clemson falls off as Alabama does, because I don't want one tyrant that I'm okay with being replaced with one that I hate, you know?
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough talk about football. Back to video games. Stardew
I
Valley.
knew that would be a huge tangent.
the new Stardew Valley update that came out for PCs at the end of last year, like very late. We talked about it on the show, the one with the new beach thing and a bunch of extra in-game content has now been submitted for certification on consoles. And there is no solid time at when it will be approved, but ConcernedApe says that late February to early March is likely in his eyes. He said that on Twitter, so yay, coming to console soon.
Eventually.
Yeah, now I can actually see new in-game stuff on my one game that's like really good and far in.
Too bad I don't have the time for that.
Yeah, I feel that. Press Y to same. Just a moment of silence for the pain. Anyway, so I saw some drama yesterday, or it might have been this morning actually. It's very interesting. So the developer of that was the Stardew Valley thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay,
So the developers of Terraria, like the main guy, he's been blocked from all of his Google platforms for like 3 weeks now. Like he blocked his YouTube channel's blocked. He can't get into his Gmail. He can't get into his Google Drive. He can't do anything that's a Google platform. And he said he's exhausted every resource that Google's provide to try to fix this. They don't know why he's blocked. They don't know anything, and they're not helping him. So he said that he considers this bridge to be burned and that Terraria for Google Stadia is canceled and he will never have another product on any of their platforms.
Oh.
So,
Bruh.
no more Terraria for Stadia.
Oh no.
Does Android technically count as a Google platform?
Android or Google Play.
Does that mean-
Is the Android OS Google? Like, did they create the Android OS? Because I know
They
like Android relies on the
own it.
Google Play is the main app store for Android phones.
yeah.
So does that mean Terraria is going to be halted for
Well, it's on
Android?
there. It hasn't been removed. And
Google did
updates
develop
are
Android.
done
Okay. Yeah.
for Terraria. They finished them like a year ago.
Well,
It'll probably stay there because it's already on there.
Well, he
but
can't
any-
get any of that money though because he's locked out.
Yeah. So that also means he probably can't remove it. So. Yeah.
I
So-
saw earlier, and the tweet's been deleted since then. Some Google employee tried to get in touch, was like, "Hey, talk to me on private message," but still, it's been 3 weeks. Like, they
Yeah,
shouldn't be
and,
like,
like-
"Well, your account got locked out because we've got bots on this. Sucks to suck."
Yeah, like, sorry, you're a major video game developer and you can't access your email, like, your major source of communication. Sorry, you can't access your Google Drive with all those important files on it. Like, sucks, bro. Can't get to any of that stuff anymore. So,
I mean, well, that's what they've done to some people, but to him, they've been like, "Ignore. We don't care."
yeah, I'm very shocked. I was very shocked to read that. So yeah, that's screw Google Stadia. If you need another reason to hate Google Stadia, add it to the
Stadia.
5-mile long list of reasons to not get Stadia.
Stadia, like a promotion thing for Google. They
I
have.
was about to bring
Did y'all
it up.
see this?
I did.
Like a
'cause I was about
while
to bring it up.
back, they did a promotion thing. Except they had like 3 other things, and they were like, "What's next?" And
The
the 3
three
things they had.
Yeah, it was a Power Glove, a Sega Dreamcast, and a ET
An
for
Atari.
Atari.
yeah.
Not even it wasn't like a hardware. It was just a cartridge of ET for
Yeah,
Atari.
Right.
What's next? Google Stadia.
Stadia.
They got that one right. They nailed that on the head.
I don't understand Google's just
All right,
stupidity
what's the
here.
worst thing that happened.
Why you gotta pick on the
Like, not
Dreamcast,
even-
bro? There were
I'm
so
not
many
trying
worse.
to pick on the
No,
Dreamcast.
not you. I
even
meant Google
did.
Stadia.
From-
Like, why would you put the Dreamcast on the same level as those things? Like, there are so many worse
the
failed
Virtual
consoles.
Boy.
Yeah, put the Virtual Boy. Put the Atari
Nintendo
Lynx.
probably be like,
Put.
"No."
Come on, put the Sega Saturn.
Found
Like, come
the
on,
Well,
man.
they put the Power Glove. Like
The Power Glove was a failed piece of hardware.
I don't think did
Well, so is
Nintendo make a
Stadia.
Power Glove?
They
Maybe.
I mean,
it
It
was
was
considered
for-
theirs. They didn't invent it. The invention was a different guy. He kind of like worked with Nintendo, and Nintendo licensed the tech from him.
Got it.
But yeah, it still was a failed piece of hardware because it didn't work.
I don't understand Google's infatuation with having things that fail. Like
No, they're like, did it make money in the first month? No.
cancel.
Kill it. Kill
You
it.
got stuff like Google Play where it's not Google Music, which they switched over to YouTube Music, but it's like, why? Just leave it.
Is it making money? No. Kill it.
It was
Except if it's
though.
Stadia.
Except if it's Stadia. They put too much time into this.
It took them a very long time to kill Google Plus, from what I remember. I remember YouTubers making fun of that for like at least 2 years before it got taken out back. You know.
Yeah.
And they said forever that it was going to be
Um.
closed, and same ordeal with Google Music.
I really don't see this as a competition anymore. If it's going to be a streaming service that's going to win out, it's going to be xCloud because it's Microsoft. Like, they already have access to
They
these
have-
games. They've already got these games. Google
They
Stadia
have
is still
access to
working
games.
for
They
them.
have
Google, Amazon, and all them are like, I can get on the game train.
xCloud has already
Amazon
has
apparently
access
has
to
a games development studio.
basically.
So did Google, and Google fired 150 employees.
God, I hate Google,
Yeah, well,
dude.
Google-
I say as I'm using Google Chrome right now to look at our podcast sheet for the week,
Which is on Google Docs.
using an Android phone.
using an Android phone
At least it's not a Google phone
while,
anymore. I got
while
off of Google
uploading this
phone.
to YouTube, which Google also owns. We're sorry, Google overlords.
Interestingly,
I'm
so
not.
this is a random tangential news thing that I heard about the other day. So there's a thing happening in Australia. I believe Australia is wanting to make Google have to like pay taxes on the news or like the deals to put some news sites higher than others in search results.
That's fair.
And Google don't like it. And they're threatening to pull out of the country, and Australia's like, okay. And then they
Excuse me?
call up Microsoft, and they're like, hey, let's talk about Bing.
Oh,
100%. And Microsoft's like, yeah. Heck
Microsoft's
yeah,
like,
dude.
someone
I?
actually wants to use Bing.
Australia might become Bing
Bing.
only.
I mean, like, look, Bing isn't really that bad. It's pretty much the same thing.
What is it
It's
called?
just the way that the search engine...
VPN spike in Australia so people can use Google Chrome.
the way that Bing is set up search engine wise is just different from how Google sets up their stuff. But it's not going to matter if you remove an entire platform. You remove Google, you
Man.
remove YouTube and everyone's emails. Damn.
Yeah.
That's a scare tactic. That's not cool, Google.
I don't know if they're going to pull all of their services out or if it's just like there won't be server support for searching. But if it's like YouTube and God forbid Stadia, also the
Yeah,
God
I
forbid
expect
Stadia.
Proton VPN, NordVPN, ExpressVPN sales to go up 5,000% in Australia if that actually goes
I've
through.
seen some people talking about how emails should be like bank accounts where you can't really lose it. It's like protected by someone else, and I kind of agree since they're so vital in this day and age.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Google bad. Moving on. The Mass Effect Legendary Edition was announced. Basically, it's just a collection of all the Mass Effect games, if I remember correctly. All the games in the series comes out March 14th, which is a month or so from this podcast going live. With 40 different DLC pieces. I'm not sure what those are. 4K texture redo, HDR, overhauled visuals, enhanced performance, you name it. It's just a remaster.
If I remember
Or
correctly,
not really
they're
like a re-release. I don't know what would Scott the Woz call it. Re-release, right? Or
it's not really
it's a remaster. It's the same game. It's just beefed
Yeah.
up now. It looks better.
They're replacing the female shepherd in 1 and 2 with the model from 3, if I remember correctly. And I've seen
So-
people happy about that because she looks better in that one.
If you're
I don't
into
know.
all the good Mass Effect games plus Mass Effect Andromeda, that comes out. That comes out March 14th. What platforms is it on? It's not coming to Switch, is it?
I don't think it's coming to
Probably
Switch.
not.
I
So
don't know.
let me guess: PS5, Xbox, and PC.
Stadia.
Stadia! Can we get paid for how often we comment on Stadia?
Yeah, stop saying Stadia.
Every
They
time
gotta
you say
pay
Stadia,
us
just
first.
take a drink.
Come on, Google.
I don't
Stadia,
know if
Stadia,
they'll pay
Stadia.
us.
Oh shit,
consider,
what am I
like,
putting in front of me?
at least 70% of the time of us mentioning it is guaranteed to be trashing it verbally.
Everybody take a shot when you say Stadia, and hopefully we'll be dead by the end of this podcast.
Like Stadia.
Like Stadia. And just like Stadia, we will be playing Terraria. That's good. E3 2021 has been confirmed. It's going to be an all-digital event. And if I remember reading it correctly, it's confirmed that they're working on it, but it's not confirmed that it'll happen because they have to make sure that they get enough companies signed up to do stuff for the event before they can actually say that it will happen. So they're waiting for a lot of game companies to actually sign up and say they're going to do something.
I feel like it'd be it'd be more interesting at this point with like Nintendo not being a part of it and whoever else, because I know there's more than one. If E3 just adapted to become like an indie festival, that'd be cool.
I don't want that because last year everybody tried to do their own thing, and it was terrible.
Yeah,
because
wasn't Sony not in E3?
Sony was just not going to be there regardless because they were waiting for PS5 to launch. They didn't want to go, hey, here's all of our things. They wanted to announce it on their own.
Bro, we gotta.
schedule.
But like,
I don't know. It's not going to be the same because we're not going to have the EA Access Lounge anymore.
Cringe.
if they're all
Yeah, there's not going to be any like
I
really
love that
decent
cringe.
live cringe compilations. I feed off of E3 cringe, bro.
last summer we had it where it was like 3 months where anybody was announcing. I want it all. I'll take a digital if it means they are all in a specific time frame of like
Like a week.
here's when
A week.
yeah instead of
I-
I've got
nice.
if I want to know what they're doing I've got to go find
What they're
some
doing.
of them didn't even announce it till like last minute and they were like, hey, by the way, we're doing this.
Yeah.
I think this last month on the podcast has just made it really obvious. Game companies hold their news until they have to. And I'm sick of it. I want them to announce it during E3 week, whatever that ends up being, because it means there's something to look forward to.
I mean, I prefer them waiting until they have to because that means they're not going to announce it. They're not going to announce Bayonetta 3 in 2017, and and then just say it's going
That's
on
right.
for 4 years. So
Why
and then
haven't
tell
you
us to forget
forgotten,
it. Yeah.
Grant? We were told to forget.
Crap, I've been caught. Don't call the police.
I forgot to forget, guys.
Banned on Twitter.
Whoops.
Sorry, not banned. He's blocked you now.
Yeah, I don't really know. I really hope there's a direct by that time. I really hope we get a direct at the E3 event. That'd be cool. Hopefully
I saw people-
sooner. But
I saw people saying we
Come
were
on, the
confirmed. I've never seen a confirmation to have a Zelda and a Pokemon Direct this month. I can't say I believe that.
Here's
at
the
all,
thing.
but-
Here's how you believe in directs. You go, there will be one this week. And when there's not, you go, there will be one this week.
Power move.
Eventually,
That's not a power move. That's just insanity.
there will be a direct.
yeah,
when you're
I mean,
right,
Nintendo's
you-
still hiring people to help with direct making, so they're still making. They're gonna be doing.
Can they
direct.
hire me? I need a job.
But like when
Apply.
you're right, everybody will be like, "Look, this guy's a very professional leaker. You don't understand."
Yeah, see? Just say it. We'll start saying it every week on the podcast. There will be a direct.
this week? It is confirmed by me.
Remember,
Sources
we
the-
at All Night
the
Gamers
source
are
is
professional
me.
leakers. We know when there will be a direct.
Okay.
It will be this week.
So, on to our Valentine's Collector's Corner. I'm trying to come up with alliteration and it's failing. Anyway, so this is the weekly segment where we go around and talk about games we've been playing this week, any pickups, if any, and etc. Things that collectors talk about. And then after that, well, actually, at the same time, we're going to be talking about some dating sims that we have played or think that sound pretty good or look pretty good, heard good things about, anything of the sort to recommend that you play to get in the mood for Valentine's because just like us, you're alone and sad and you need fake women to cheer you up. Sorry, that probably sounded mean. Anyway, on to dating sims. Why don't you go first, Mayo?
Okay, well, I'm gonna just throw this for a loop immediately. I've only played one dating sim, and I don't need fake women to cheer me up.
It's the
I need
KFC
fake.
one.
No. Well, I have that one
Sure.
downloaded, but Mary and I haven't tried it out yet. I need fake dads.
Oh, that
Oh,
one. Oh, that
see.
one. I remember y'all
That
playing
one.
that one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's actually a great game. I don't have a huge a baseline like sample for dating sims because I only know like a few things about Doki Doki Literature Club, and I know that one's supposed to be like meta anyway.
It's a horror
but
game, not a dating sim.
but it parodies them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a horror game more.
So, Dream Daddy was published by Game Grumps, which is pretty interesting. And you can tell when they've done like voice acting in it, even though it won't be like it'll say what's happening on the screen, and one of the dads will talk, and the sound effect will be like, "Huh, yeah," or something, and you can tell that it's one of their voices. The art's really good. If you're into like creepy vampire goth dad, they got that. You want a coffee shop hipster dad, they got that. Sports dad, got that.
Goth daddy.
Yes,
Gia?
daddy.
Goth
I'll
daddy
send a
Gia?
picture of it to the Discord later. There's also guy you used to party with in college but has kids now, dad, and it's a really good game. I actually wholeheartly recommend it.
What
The
I'm
mini games
hearing
in it are great.
is All Night Gamers dating sim.
I'll send pictures of all of the dads, and if y'all want to match them up to everyone, you can.
No, I think we make our own.
Oh, that that's an option.
What am I gonna be? The fat and stupid one?
No, that's me.
There's
The fat and
not-
stupid dating sim featuring 99% of the All Night Gamers Discord channel.
Here I'll send a picture in chat of all the dads.
Have you played anything this week?
Yeah, Skyrim. I'm on that binge again. I finally got all the mods working. It's great. I got to download my favorite mod. I have not used it yet. Scoped bows, baby. Scopes on bows. We love it.
Mayo, you broke the one rule of Skyrim. You don't actually play it. You just keep downloading mods.
It took me like 4 days to get them all working. Okay, I've indulged myself in that rule enough.
It's like
but it's great.
the SpongeBob potato salad, but it's Skyrim mods. It took me 3 days to make those mods. 3 days!
I'm trying out a lot of the choices in the game that I haven't done before, even though there's only a few of those left at this point. And then my other goal for this, the whole time that I've owned Skyrim, which is since like middle school, honestly, I've not played any of the DLC beyond making my own home in the woods with the semi DLC that lets you have more home options. So I've never done the vampire thing. I've never done the extended Dragonborn quest line in Solstheim, so I'm going to be doing those once I get myself up to a decent level. So I've got that to look forward to, which is pretty cool. And I even downloaded a modded area that acts as its own DLC that lets you go into Cyrodiil, in a northern region of Cyrodiil, which is one of the areas in a previous Elder Scrolls game in Oblivion. So I'll get to experience that some. And yeah, huge Elder Scrolls binge right now. It's great.
Heck yeah. Cameron.
Okay. So, I also figured out a alliteration. Volatile Valentines. Because I'm pretty sure the rest of the dating sims are going to be questionable at best. So
Amen on
this
that.
week-
Horny on Main Hub?
No.
No, just questionable.
Questionable.
That's a great description, I think.
So let's see what I've been playing this week. I played some Mario Kart. Played some Tokyo Mirage sessions after a year. Finally, almost to the end of it. Played some Apex, like we mentioned. Some Animal Crossing. Still waiting for the 15th for something proper to happen. But I think I'll be able to talk about that on the next podcast. So.
Yep. Or will you? Yeah,
I mean,
I think barely.
I barely. Like, I don't know if I'll experience the full thing or not, but not I'll be playing it during the podcast. And dating sims. So,
Drawing a blank.
I don't think I've actually played a proper dating sim, just game with dating sim elements. So let's go. If I had to recommend one, Stardew Valley. Those
It's a stretch, but I'll take it.
it's a stretch, but
counts.
it's less of a stretch than saying Fire Emblem Three Houses.
I wonder if that'll happen in the next few minutes.
No. I had this conversation with them in the car. They're like, Fire Emblem doesn't count, and I went, damn.
It does
Shut
not.
down.
Like,
Kind of.
it has technically dating sim elements, but
You know, I could
At
have said
best,
Skyrim
not-
by the same logic.
yeah, exactly.
At best, with Fire Emblem, you get to pick, or at least Awakening Fates and Three Houses, you get to pick who you want to be with. That's about as close as you
And
get.
that's after leveling up. That's after leveling up their supports enough to marry them. That is the closest that game gets to dating sim.
In Fire Emblem Heroes, you can have S support with.
Bro,
I
Alex,
want to have a go back and amend mine. My favorite dating sim is Car Mechanic Simulator 2018.
bro, after
And
Alex said
Gmod.
it, after Alex said his thing, all I heard Cooper was like, "Oh, and then cut out from laughing so hard he couldn't even say anything. Okay. Well, Cooper, since you're in the hot seat,
Okay. So I recently picked up Dragon Quest II. I've
Nice.
been enjoying. The only thing I really hate about it is that like it requires a lot of grinding, but I've been enjoying it. I've been playing a lot of Fae, played a little bit of Captain Toad, and I've been playing a good bit of Dragon Quest II. And my dating sim is Katawa Sojo. I'm not sure to say that.
That's a
bro, you
screenshot
got
of
onto us into using the incorrect formation of senpai in a
Word.
grammatical sentence, and you can't pronounce a Japanese word.
This one wasn't made by.
Whose side are you
Japanese
on,
people.
Cooper?
Wait. Cooper, this is the free one, right?
Yeah, this is made by a group of Fortune users, right?
group
Yeah.
of 4chan users.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. I really want to play that. That's probably not toxic in the slightest.
I think there's a special word for that kind of group of people.
Incels.
It's like when you call a group of crows a murder of crows. I think it's called a hate group. Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, Is
Cult.
Yeah.
it's actually
Nazis.
it's actually really nice.
Post a screenshot.
All the characters
Do a
in the
flip.
game have some sort of disability.
Yeah, and the main character has a rare heart disease, called Brugada syndrome, which it causes you to have irregular, life-threatening heartbeats. And I haven't played much of it yet. I've been really wanting to play it. But one of the just for some examples, like with some of the girls having all the girls having some sort of disability. One of them has like an amputated leg. One is disfigured from her house burning down, and then one is blind. And there's a bunch of others too. Yeah, it's
Well,
pretty
okay
cool.
then. Alex?
Oh wait, despite it being made by Fortune users and whatnot, it's actually really nice.
I have to see it for myself.
Gilbert just posted it.
Yeah,
Um,
it takes you by surprise.
Wait, how did you remember what his heart disease was called, but you can't remember what you're supposed to study in school?
Who cares about school?
Yeah, thank you.
school does not have female body part.
It does too. There's a health class.
I already passed health.
I don't want to
classes.
work.
Anybody
I don't
pay
want to learn
attention
about
in
how they
health?
work. I think you're missing the point, bro.
You.
You pay. Hold on.
You said there's
you
no
pay
people
attention
money
in
for it.
health, or just go. It's an easy class. Sleep time.
I didn't take health. I took one of those really early level things. If you already know you're going to be a nurse in high school, and you take like those early nurse classes to help you get ahead in college. I took like one of those very entry ones about like EMT stuff, because it counted as health, and it was way more interesting. Like I actually got to learn
Damn,
a lot of.
I'm kind of jealous
Yeah,
because
I
our
didn't
mom
realize
was
that
an
was-
EMT for a while.
yeah.
I didn't realize that was an option.
And plus, we like watched a lot of movies, and our teacher
Damn,
looked like
I took.
our teacher looked
Hey,
like Cal
no,
Naughton from
class.
Talladega Nights. He would not let me call him Cal. I asked him several times.
Please, just this once.
I was like, "Can I call you Cal?" And bro, I didn't even have to explain. I just said, "Can I call you Cal?" And he was like, "No." He was a super cool guy. He was hilarious and super laid
Show
back.
up
But I asked to
now
call him
and be
Cal.
like-
He was like, "No."
Hey, Cal.
What's up,
Hey,
Cal?
Cal.
Be like, hey, shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
We'd still be there, though. That's the question.
The Magic Man. I also had to fucking call him the Magic Man. He did not take that as a thing either. Anyway, okay, Alex, you go.
Alright, so I'll cover what I played first, and then I'll cover games like Dating Sim and an actual one. I beat Yakuza Like a Dragon. I did it.
Congrats.
Yay. Clap, clap, clap.
Clap, 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 clap.
Had a really good time, except for that grind for the level 12 boss. That sucked. But once I did that grind, I didn't have to grind at all for the rest of the game. So I guess that's good. And then I've been playing 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim. And I've been working through. I started yesterday? Yeah. And I've been working through the 13 main character stories and the point and the gameplay part, which is where all the stories can collide to. And it's
13
like 70
Sentinels. Sorry, continue.
Dude, you want pronunciations? You're coming
Well,
to the wrong
I heard you
person.
pronounce that, and I was like, does he mean Sentinel? And I only know that because there's a
I-
gun in Apex called the Sentinel. So
I do
I'm-
mean Sentinel,
Yeah.
but I can't pronounce things even when I look at it. Even when the game repeats it a lot, I still can't pronounce it. I'm like, no, I think it's this.
Anyway, sorry.
You just made fun of me for. Never
I
mind.
didn't make fun of you for pronunciations. I
Oh.
can't pronounce.
Alex has said multiple times on the podcast that he just can't pronounce things.
No, make it like Grant just made fun of me for correcting people with senpai. And,
Let's put that. Okay.
I had to,
let's
bro.
see.
He said Sentinel. That's one of my
What?
favorite guns in
Yeah,
Apex, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm a hypocrite. I know.
I will.
Continue.
We'll talk about it a little. It's a heavy sci-fi game. Like, if you could think of a sci-fi trope, it's probably in there somewhere.
Are you still talking about 13 Sentinels?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I was making sure you didn't mention a dating sim. I was like, a sci-fi dating
Nah.
sim?
Yo,
That'd be interesting.
Can I date Captain
No,
Kirk?
um,
A swing and a miss. Continue.
No. So I'm unfamiliar with this. What is the cursing level that the podcast is good with?
try to keep it clean.
PG-13 at the highest.
I will send the thing to Grant then.
we're about
'Cause
one F bomb, dude.
Grant will know what I'm talking
We're
about.
not allowed any
to
F-bombs.
What?
So we're more like PG.
Continue then.
Let's see, dating games. Okay, so some games with dating elements. Persona 5's done the most with that. Catherine's basically a dating game, though, kind of. You decide which one of the three you want to date. And Soccer Wars, where you do actually. Yeah, kinda. You don't really, not as much. But you gotta build their social links. Yeah, they do. And you get to decide which one, like whoever you pick as your captain, at the end of the game, that's your co-captain. That's who you end up with on that run. So I did 5 runs last year of the last 2 chapters.
5 runs.
I said of the last 2 chapters.
Really off-topic question: is it Fire Emblem Fates that has the blowing mechanism?
What?
I'm sorry. What?
It
That's
has
a
a
pump.
touch
Pump the brakes.
mechanic, but
Pump the
I
brakes.
don't think
You
I
said
don't
that with such a straight face.
I'm not getting into that. Let's
Question:
All right.
blowing mechanism.
Like you would use the 3DS mic to blow on
You-
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
only
yeah. You would,
touch
huh?
them
You
with
would.
the
You do that?
pen.
You do that?
You did not blow on anybody. If you blew on anybody, that's Japan exclusive.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah,
Why would
well,
you
I'm
phrase it
glad I
like-
just got a synopsis of Fire Emblem Fates.
No, you didn't. Cooper, stop.
We're derailing very
That's
quickly
good.
here.
That's
All
that's
right.
hilarious, bro. That's some of the best. So good the way you said that. That's so good.
Alright, so I actually played a real dating sim a few years ago. I played Normal Boots Azugo Academy.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's the only dating sim like that I would call a real one, not just with. It's got elements like Persona, Fire Emblem, or
And
any of the
now
others I mentioned.
you can go back and play it and date Pro Jared, knowing that he's sharing nudes on Tumblr
I
no.
could go.
and cheating
No,
on
I
his wife.
completed that game. 100%. Got the secret ending.
Was it that he cheated on his wife?
No, you give Gerard something he's looking for.
Someone to cheat on his wife with?
No, Gerard, not Jared.
Well, it's not my fault they have similar names, okay?
Yeah.
The craziest thing is I looked it up and I was like, dang, that's not Normal Boots anymore. Only 3 of these people.
It really
are
isn't.
Normal Boots.
You left and
Satch left and
Satch
Jared
left.
left and Jontron's in the game.
Oh my god.
That's how you know it's
That-
old, bro.
Yeah,
That's how you know it's
that's
old.
how old this game is. Jontron's in Normal Boots.
I think JonTron had basically left by the time that game was out, right? It
maybe, but
was very close.
Yeah.
that's how old it is.
Well, okay. What have I played? I played a little bit more Mario. I've kind of slowed down. On that, I'm debating whether I want to go ahead and complete Mario Galaxy, or would I rather play Mario Galaxy 2 while the base game Mario Galaxy is still fresher in my mind.
To compare them.
Yeah, and I think I'm leaning towards Mario Galaxy 2, so that's probably going to be on my
That's
plate
a
this week
smart
if I have
move.
some time. I definitely plan on completing it because Super Mario Galaxy is just that much fun, but I want
I would
for
have that
comparison's sake,
argument.
I'd rather
I see why you're arguing because Galaxy 2 fixed some of the slightly made the controls better, so going back's gonna be a little tough.
Yeah.
I wish the leakers had been right and Galaxy 2 was DLC.
that
Hold
would've been
on,
amazing.
it could still happen. We aren't at March yet.
Fair enough.
Doubt.
Watch it happen
Yeah,
April
fair enough.
1st. They're like,
Watch it happen April 1st.
Um,
That would truly be the biggest prank of all time.
I've
Yeah,
been
it's like-
playing a lot of Apex. I've played a lot of Season 8 this past week. I
Yeah,
have played...
You're almost gold, right?
Almost Silver 1. I'm close. If I took all the points that I've gotten on PlayStation and put them on my PC, I would be in gold. But I can't do that.
too bad
Cough,
they were
cough,
like,
no
ha!
cross progression.
2
Cross
years.
progression is hard.
2 years ago, we're not doing cross progression. Now that it's been 2 years. Oh, but now it's hard because it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Put it in closer to launch then.
I haven't really played much else if I recall correctly. It's been mostly Apex this past week. That and Mario. And maybe something random I'm forgetting. I don't know, one of those random things. I played on my 3DS for like 10 minutes today. Like, that's the kind of random thing. Like, who the heck plays on a 3DS anymore? Anyway.
Me, I played 2 games on it recently.
Well, who are you?
Old.
Fair enough. And
No, that's an age, not who.
I've got 2 dating sims. First, Doki Doki Literature Club. That's psychological horror dating sim. Cool, very cool, but also very freaky. So,
So you played through it.
I haven't played through it, but I've played most of it, and I've watched other people play it. and I've
Gotcha.
watched some like mechanism analytics of it, of like how that stuff works. So it's free on Steam. If you haven't played it yet or heard about it. And the real dating sim I'm going to recommend here, I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator, is also free on Steam, and you get to date Colonel Sanders. So you get all that 11 herbs and spices of a man all to yourself on a screen. And both those games are 9 out of 10 on Steam. Fairly highly rated. Pretty good. It all
I
depends.
figured you'd.
I think Doki
mention
Doki is
Harvest
more
Moon.
interesting. I don't know. I mean, yeah, you mentioned Stardew Valley. That pretty much covers it. The mechanics are the same in Harvest Moon. It's did I give somebody a thing today? Like, and then you give them enough things like, hey, let's have a child. Thanks for these 500 buckets of popcorn and some wine.
Is that how
I
it
shall now
works in
give
real
you a
life?
blue feather, and we shall consummate this marriage.
Is that not how it works?
That is how it works. Except in Harvest Moon, there's no like limit where you can only give people 2 items a week. It's once a day, and if you do more than once a day, they're like, "You're kind of freaky. You should leave me
Hey,
alone."
you need to stop.
Yeah. I don't really consider that a dating sim because I play that game for the farming. Because I like growing carrots and corn. That's me. So, and yeah, that wraps up our collector's corner for the week. Be sure to check out those dating sims, especially the Colonel Sanders. I mean, that's a real hunk of a guy. Anyway, sorry, I lost track. What were we talking about? Fire
I'm a
Emblem
real
Heroes,
chicken breast
Cooper.
eater guy.
Go.
Hey, so much you ready this week? So, okay. So, sorry. Okay.
Blowing
Alright,
mechanic? Mechanism?
Hero Rises Interim results we got a couple days ago with Ceros, Duolin, Brave Edelgard, Legendary Dimitri, Legendary Crom, Legendary Korn, Freya, and Legendary Edelgard. Top 8. The final results for it will be posted, with the top 20 will be posted on February 14th. Hall of Forms will be soon.
Period.
Soon.
Hall of Forms will be soon with Spring Paula, Spring Katria, Spring S, and Young Minerva. And we should be getting a new Heroes trailer at around February 14th.
I gotta say, there's really a lot of content they keep pumping into this game.
Yeah, for
It
real.
makes it's Nintendo's best mobile game.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, but money wise,
Yeah.
also probably quality wise, because
to
everything
be
else
fair-
went super gotcha.
Well, to be fair, Dragalia Lost is one of their best, also. But
Yeah,
that
but
one,
that's not based on an existing property, so it needed to be better.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
it had to be good.
Bunch of videos for Super Nintendo World are out now, including the Mario Kart ride, the Yoshi ride, meet and greets, secret codes, and Pikmin. I have not watched them yet. I almost kind of don't want to because I'm like spoilers, even though it's like 2 years before I'd even have the chance of going.
Say don't do it.
But
I've been holding out enough with not watching Rise of the Resistance footage, and that thing's old for Disney World right now.
We
Matt,
didn't even get to
Disney.
go.
And couldn't ride it because it broke down. So all the
Right.
people who got really early
Dude,
were waiting
yeah,
for
it
theirs
kind of
to
screwed
call
us.
up.
The Rise of the Resistance broke down, and people were just there like all day. We actually left Hollywood Studios early
Yeah.
because of the fact that there was just so many people there. Because
Waiting for their ride.
everything
when
we
was
looked
that?
into-
Rise of the Resistance is which ride?
The
it's
new
the
trackless Star Wars one.
it's one that up until basically COVID, you had to get to the park early enough to get a virtual pass or virtual queue pass, so that when your turn was, you could go and get on the ride.
Right. This is not the old one because I always remember last time I went to Disney, I was gonna ride the Star Wars ride that was already there, and I couldn't because I was in line for that ride. And then all of a sudden, I just happened to check my bank account, and someone got my information and spent like $700. So I
Damn.
yeah,
Yep,
like you
I
guys
remember
have
that
fun on this
story.
ride. I gotta go call Regions.
That's the real smuggler's run.
Yeah, no kidding. And apparently the Universal Park designers actually they used a fan modded cacti asset from New Super Mario Bros. Wii as inspiration for the cacti in the park instead of the actual ones. So nice meme. GG. Glad nobody checked up on that. Also, Peach's cake can be bought as a food in the park.
Yeah.
Peach cake's gonna be nice.
I'm
dude.
still I'm dying for that caprese salad piranha plant.
Oh yeah,
That's the
I'm
one.
with you.
Yeah.
Mario Burger though.
That is the tiramisu in the park or that other
Yeah.
thing?
Tiramisu
Okay, yeah.
is the question block.
Yeah.
That
Karen
tiramisu
just
looked good.
posted
Yeah,
the
those are the two things I'm really excited for: is the tiramisu and the
peach cake
caprese
in the
salad.
chat.
That cake kind of tiny. What the heck? The cookie's almost as big as it.
What do you want? A 12-inch cake to yourself, bro? Eat in the park and then go barf it up
This
on a
cake
ride?
is for you, not to share. You go, mine, go get your own.
If you compare that with the size of like a cupcake at a Disney park or something, that's accurate, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PlayStation 2020 wrap up is available. You have to have at least 10 hours on a PS4 system, so I didn't get to do it because I only have a PS5. I didn't get a PS4, so I can't do a 2020 wrap
You
up.
had a PS4, just not last year.
Yeah, in like 2015, 2016. So yeah,
It's dumb that your PS4 games don't count towards it, though.
yeah.
You played them on PS5.
Why
That's
isn't
a
PS5
no-no.
available for the wrap up? I have like easily 100 hours or 150 hours on my PS5 already.
It has a data log again, though, right? Like for the first time in a long time, Stoney added one.
Yeah.
Why did Nintendo remove theirs?
Huh.
Because for some reason they're like, that's a great idea. No, you don't need to see how much time you gamed. Aw, I like to know.
It is available till March 2nd, so if you want to go see your stats, basically do that. It's on PlayStation's website. Again, 10 hours on PS4 minimum required to do it. Not PS5, PS4. Trust me, I checked. Bandai Namco has appointed a new president and is restructuring soon.
Man,
I have no idea what that entails, but
Grant, you're like your teacher.
yeah. Listeners, I have a professor that
They're
pronounces
kidding.
Galaga as Galaga. He's done it more than once. Every time he references, it's like, as you
Once
see
is
on the left,
accidental.
like with this seeking thing, like here in Galaga.
Once is an accident. Multiple times is on purpose.
Yeah.
If we believe
Entry.
r/gaming leagues, it doesn't matter what the company is. If they're a game company and they're going through restructure, Microsoft's buying them. So Microsoft's buying Namco, guys. You heard it first.
Pac-Man Xbox exclusive?
Pac-Man kicked out of
Dude.
Smash.
Okay, look, if Bandai Namco is going for sale, Nintendo needs to buy them. They need more third parties because otherwise all of them.
That's how
are
I
gonna
feel
be bought
about
out. In fact, let's go ahead and move these.
If Sega or Bandai or Capcom went for sale, they need to be bought out by Nintendo or Sony
Oh yeah.
because they won't sell on Microsoft. I don't want to watch franchises I love die because Microsoft's like, well, it didn't sell like it does on other consoles. Death.
And speaking of other business stuff, Umbrella, who are the people behind Pokemon Rumble, have been acquired and dissolved by Creatures Incorporated. I have no idea who they are.
They're the ones that are a third of Pokemon.
And EA has acquired GLU Mobile, GLU Mobile, in a $2.1 billion deal. I bet that's going to fix them. That's what's going to fix EA, man. They're going to get better. They're turning around now, boys. We got GLU
EA
Mobile
wants
in
to
on this.
get more into mobile. They are known
Hey.
for games such as Disney's Sorcerer Arena, Diner Dash Adventures. No! Why did you do that to Flo? WWE Universe and Design Home.
Period. Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 has gotten another update, including more characters and a colorblind mode. Have you checked out those characters, Cameron?
I have not. They're classic characters, so from what I could tell. So I want to know them, even if I did play it.
Okay. Story of Seasons Pioneers of Olive Near Town has a Buffalo costume pre-order bonus because that game is coming up fairly soon. It drops on the 25th, which is 2 weeks and a day from the time this episode comes out.
Wait, it's a digital only for it, right?
The cow costume wasn't, right? Or was it?
I do not know. Honestly, getting a single costume in the game is not going to make me pre-order it more.
But it's a cow costume, bro. It might. I don't know.
Yeah, but Cooper, you've got a thing for that.
Actually,
Not even
technically,
a cow
it's a buffalo costume.
though. Yeah. Buffalo aren't cows.
Final Fantasy XIV is coming to PS5 with the new expansion Endwalker also coming to PS5. I'm really after Final Fantasy 9, you kind of lose me. So
Final Fantasy 14 is the one that's online, anyways. So
isn't there Final Fantasy 15?
there is.
15.
It is back to single player.
Yeah, 15 single player, and you play a group of 4 dudes, which is kind of cool. So you get more like guy mindset around with no girls around, and they drive a
So
car.
us.
Yeah,
Great, yeah,
And they
that's
can
what I want.
Become a flying car if you do the right side quest.
Nice. So
16's being worked on now. It's like
Yeah.
old medieval ages.
yeah, I remember seeing that last year, I think. So there have been more stuff in the Sonic voice acting world that we talked about last week. The guy that voices Mirage on Apex Legends is no longer voicing Sonic. Tails voice actors and Amy's voice actors are also leaving with him. But Mike Pollock is still voicing Dr. Eggman. Thank goodness. You know, that's really going to save the Sonic series is Mike Pollock.
I mean, he's like the only one who can do it, though. Sega tried to replace him once, and they went, "Nobody's better than you. You get to stay."
New Pokemon Snap article shows off more Pokemon. I've been looking at that throughout the show a little bit. Slowbro, Machamp, Torchic, a bunch of Pikachus. The ship looks pretty weird that you fly around in. What is that? A Lotad? What's the
Artillery,
snake? What's the
Viper-
snake?
what? Viper? Wait,
Viper.
hold on, which
Yes,
snake?
I think that's that. I see a Raichu. I see. I don't even know what those are. Are those flowers? I see Butterfree. Snorlax.
I don't remember the name. Floette.
What's the bird? It's a firebird that's not Torchic. Or is that a firebird? I can't remember.
Moltres.
I'm not great with these. I see a Pichu and a
Wait,
what? God,
one
the
of these
grass
pictures
monkey.
that might be a
Wait.
bravery.
Is that Torchic?
There was a Torchic, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a
Um,
picture of flowers. I don't
Lapras.
counting the Pokemon there.
Hearing y'all try and name Pokemon is hurting my brain. I hadn't clicked the link yet, but now I have.
Wait, where's this link? I'll click it.
It's in the
There.
podcast sheet.
Sobble.
Oh, see, I'm
Pavilion.
not-
Firebird.
The top right photo with the toucan and there's that bird to the left of it.
Oh, it's Pick a Peck.
Pick a
Yeah.
heck, yes.
Which is it's a younger one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is-
It
okay.
evolves into the toucan.
There's Swashbunk and Deerling.
Deerling.
I know the cat, but I can't think of his name.
the
Or
three-headed
Le-
ostrich.
Leopard.
They're
Uh,
comparing it to the old
Terraria.
Pokemon Snap in this thing. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's cool.
it will be playable. They're just being like, here's what it used to look like.
Dude, that'd be cool if it was playable.
Actually, though.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, if they went and like cleaned it up, I guess it'd be cool if it was regular. But I'd love if they were gonna do it. Might as well go all
Yeah,
the
I
way with it.
feel like
Speaking
Bandai
of
would.
Pokemon, there was a set of first edition Pokemon cards that sold for $666,000. So if parents needed any more proof that the devil is in Pokemon, there you go.
You're welcome. We're with you. We're with your kids though more because we're fans of Pokemon.
The devil is in these influencers jacking up card prices.
Yeah, true.
Like
Seriously.
if Jake Paul and Logic hadn't bought a bunch of first edition boxes and then gotten people thinking like, "Oh, I'm gonna collect every Charizard," and there's tons of them, and they come out in every set because everyone already likes Charizard. Oh, every set is 500% higher cost now.
It's the exact same thing that happened, or almost the exact same.
If I wanted to
with
look,
graphics cards,
Yeah.
you just get a group of people buying all of them up.
if I want to
And they're
sell
several
Pokemon cards
$100
right
more.
now, it's the right time.
Yeah.
If I want to buy Pokemon cards,
Not the
I'll
right
wait
time.
a few
don't.
years.
There was an interesting thing that one of my friends that works at one of our local game stores said, and it's like up until like recently this wasn't true, but if you look at Magic the Gathering, right? The people who buy the cards, 95% of them are players and 5% of them are just people who collect it for art or for whatever. With Pokemon, it's the opposite now. So you have 95% of people who just want to collect stuff, which somehow ends up being more ravenous than like if a huge busted card got printed and everyone in the competitive scene was flocking to it immediately. It's a bigger price jump than that because there's just so many dang collectors in the game for some reason now.
It's because no one knows how to play the Pokemon card game.
Dude, I could play the Pokemon card game right now.
It's just Magic with more steps.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
there was
not-
on the topic of cards, broken cards. There was a card they released with the last Dark Magician set for Yu-Gi-Oh! That on campus, like in person, someone was trying to sell for. Alex, how much was it? Like $150 or
Like
something?
$150 because they were like, I could get that on eBay. Great, you're talking to college
I
kids.
hate
Go get that on
these
eBay.
people that think because the asking prices on eBay is $150, they can ask for $150 in person. Like,
Yep.
no, if I wanted to pay $150, I'd go to eBay. You're supposed to undersell eBay so that I feel inclined to pay you
So
the
that
money.
you get the full money no matter what it is.
Mhm.
Instead of giving eBay their 30% cut if it gets to a certain point.
eBay and PayPal take out a fair chunk of the money you receive from
I think
selling.
I'm really glad, and this is going to be different assuming the Netflix show continues. I'm very glad that Magic the Gathering did not have like a cartoon when we were all kids because that's where the Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh prices come from. Like
Oh yeah.
there are very expensive Magic cards, but I bet they'd be worth at least like twice
Triple.
as much if they had appeared in some TV show when we were like 7.
Yeah.
Like, the thing with Konami is that most of their cards are still
What is that?
viable. It may be a reprint, but it's still basically the same card
Right.
with new
The
art.
Black
Pokemon,
Lotus that's worth a lot of
those original
magic.
cards are worthless.
Is that what it is, Mayo?
Can you repeat that? It cut out
Black
for a
Lotus?
Oh yeah, Black Lotus will always be expensive, but
Okay,
there's
yeah.
another facet to that which is a rabbit hole big enough for its own podcast, honestly.
But like, I just remember a few years ago, someone went into a game store, bought the one they had behind the display for like in cash, and then ripped it and left.
Ooh, that's just gross, honestly. I mean, you can still play with it. You're locked into the format where you're allowed to use the oldest cards, but you can still use them. It's not just a collector piece, even though some of them are. But
Yeah, but I think he just ripped it so nobody else could have it.
that just hurts. I understand the chaotic evil kind of mindset there, but that just hurts.
That's literally pulling like Seto Kaiba, bro.
Yeah, that's what the story was. It was like someone pulled a real life Seto Kaiba.
Mm.
Dang. Mario Tennis Aces Open has been announced for February 27th. You can win anywhere from $10 to $40 on the eShop in the form of gold points or gold coins or whatever by placing in the top 16. Your placement determines how much. It's either 10, 20, 30, or 40. Yeah, so February 27th, Mario Tennis Aces. If you're interested, definitely give it a shot. And last of our tidbits, Destruction All Stars is on PlayStation Plus this month. If you have that, I have yet to try it out. Mostly just because I've been playing so much Apex, but I'm planning on at least downloading it so I can have it to try at some point in the future. Okay, so wow, that was a long tidbit session. We've got our last set of topics here is all about Mario 3D World and the pin set. So Mario 3D World drops this Friday, the 12th. So like this week, it's go time. All hands on deck. If you buy the game physically and you are trying to get the pins, the second set of pins, you be sure to register your game as soon as you get it, because it takes a couple days for those points to show up in your account, and you need that registration in order to buy the pins. If you buy it digitally, it's handled automatically. You don't have to worry about it. But if you buy it physically, you must register that game card if you want those pins, because those pins will be going up February 17th, which is next Wednesday.
Wednesday? It should be Monday.
No, it's the 17th is Wednesday.
No, it's Wednesday.
Wait,
I have a test on that day.
did I?
Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Cameron, you keep getting this wrong. I'm telling you, it's the 17th
I
at
do keep
12
getting it
12
wrong.
p.m. Pacific time, so 3 p.m. Eastern.
Because it was the Monday
Yeah.
after last time.
It's on the 17th, which is the Wednesday. So when episode 26 of this podcast goes live, and you need to have the game purchased and on your account in order to be eligible to get that second pin set when that goes up. So be sure to do that the day you get it. Hopefully Friday if possible. Also,
This one
the
won't
Cat
be
Peach and
as
Cat Mario
chaotic,
drop,
right?
right? Do those amiibo drop on the same day?
The Amiibo,
Yeah.
the Cat Mario and
Uh,
Cat Peach drop on the 12th.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, so that's also on Friday. And we just mentioned the pin set too, February 17th, 12 p.m. Pacific. So I hope you're free for that, or you can make some time for that if you're looking to get those pins, because it's probably going to be just as difficult as the first time around.
It's already more difficult, and people are already complaining.
Yeah,
I think-
I'm very lucky. I was able to get. I found a mission that even though it was locked, it still counted it for me.
I think
you
they
get past
moved
the
the
lock?
date for the sake of people having to get it physical, so that if you bought it over the weekend, you would have a fair shot at getting.
Yeah, they give
The-
people a couple
Well,
days to buy it.
At least we know when the pins come out. It won't be as chaotic on the site because you had to put serious time into having the requirement.
If you need
What are you
one
playing?
more mission, the Lunchbox website mission, it says locked, but if you go to it and check it out, it still works because it worked for me, and that's what's letting me get this pin set. So, big brain tip there for you people still looking for one of those missions left. And speaking of 3D
Now
World,
locked.
the game has already leaked online, so do be wary of spoilers, especially for Bowser's Fury. I've finally heard my best description yet of Bowser's Fury, which is much more Mario Odyssey-esque. So it's going to be like a lot more open worldy,
I have a rough
different big
estimate.
less, and there's 100 cat shines to collect
Yeah,
like,
on
throughout
how-
the larger world. So it's
I have
much
a
more
rough
Mario
estimate
Odyssey
idea on that,
which
on how long
that's
it takes to get.
Oh, isn't
You are
it 3
talking
hours?
over each other.
Isn't it 3 hours?
was 3 to
It's
6.
3 hours to beat it, or that's what I've heard, and it's about 3 hours from that point to get all 100 cat
Yeah.
shines.
I think we mentioned that before when we saw that 3 hours to beat, 6 hours
I
to
think
complete.
so, yeah.
Maybe. I don't remember.
So definitely be wary on Twitter and Instagram of spoilers coming out. for
Especially
Bowser's Fury.
Instagram.
Yeah. So, but yeah, all hands on deck. It drops this Friday. It's about time. Very excited for that. I'm excited
Dude,
to
I
see
can't-
what changes they made in the base game.
Can't wait to use the Amiibo to just
Maybe
make
they
the
added a
world so much more painful.
maybe they added a flag system so you can keep up with which one of the 5 you've gotten the golden flag with.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
They won't do that.
That'd be helpful. So
They won't do that.
it won't be there.
And yeah, this is a good point to mention that this is not the first time Nintendo games have leaked like this. It's happened multiple
feel like-
times.
The
I feel like
last time it
last
happened,
major
though.
Switch game or last major Nintendo game that didn't was Animal Crossing, just because there's nothing really there to leak. But
Well-
before Animal Crossing, it has been like every major Nintendo game has leaked.
Last time someone did this, Nintendo stopped sending out review copies early for a while.
Yeah.
That is true. What game was that? Was that a Pokemon
Because
game?
they're like, "Welp, you can't behave." So,
That's
we've
why they
taken over.
changed how the Nintendo ambassador program worked, because people were putting the game online. Like, you broke Nintendo's trust, and they went, everyone is punished.
you
I
can't
mean, I don't think
behave.
this is just Nintendo games either. This happens with a lot of big games that come out, because more and more people are willing to do more and more sneaky things to get the physical copy early, because the copies are shipped out, multiple weeks ahead of time to make sure every store has them.
All you got
a
to
few
do
days
is
before the
flip
release
it
date.
out with you in a location that doesn't have a camera.
Yeah,
And-
like a worker slipped one to somebody, someone like a stupid Walmart employee sold one because they didn't know, or
I mean, that happens all the time for
whatever.
Amiibo.
Not for me. Every time I've tried to buy Amiibo or a game
Or
and I see it before
they're
it
like,
comes out of
no.
the Walmart,
Yeah, not
they're
for us, but
no.
like I've like on our Slash Amiibo, I've seen people be like, "Look at what I got," and it's like a week in advance, and it's like, honestly, I'm kind of surprised the
Dude,
Cat
our
Mario
Walmart's
Cat
like,
haven't, but
our Walmart's like, I don't care if it's sitting on the shelf. This doesn't come out till next week. Then put it back in the stock room.
Yeah, I know, and it's like in their system that they won't let you sell it, and a lot of times they don't understand. They're like, I don't know why it just won't let me sell you this.
why
So-
don't you just get like that? That's how people get it. They'll go,
How dare you not let me buy a
checkout.
thing before it's supposed to be coming out and breaking?
because you
your-
put it out on the floor.
How
Like,
dare you?
how bad is your system that it's not telling you there's a street date?
It's Walmart. What's new?
It is.
Mayo and I watched a guy buy 4 Nintendo Switches when it dropped, so
Hey, Scalper Billy Corgan, I remember.
yeah, and you remember, because I told him earlier, like, I really want a color one, so he left one color one for me just because I told him, like, I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you,
Thank you, Mr. Scalper Man.
Magic Card Man.
Do you remember when Color Splash released and
No,
or like 2 weeks before Color Splash released,
no.
At least.
Nintendo accidentally loaded it for everyone that had the game preloaded.
Nice meme. Well, at least it was put with Paper Mario Color Splash. Like, oh,
Oh no.
5
Bowser.
people got the game early. And one of them... Oh, no, you probably got it physical, so no.
We got physical, yeah.
And with that, we get to wrap up another super long episode of the All Night Gamers podcast. Let us know what you think of those dating sims we suggested and why you hated them all, because most of them are pretty cursed. And also let us know if you're picking up Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. Are you trying to get the pins? Do you have enough missions to get the pins? Are you one of those people that doesn't have the ability to get any more missions because you didn't realize you needed to participate in the Tetris 99 tournament, like me?
Tetris or Smash or the Mario thing or the
Yeah.
Mario Kart thing. Dude, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like the only thing that actually wasn't part of that.
Yeah, I know, it was Mario Kart Tour. Cringe.
Mayo was part of that, and he missed out on the first pins because of it.
So yeah, be sure to tell us about all that stuff, and if you actually play any of the dating sims and you take our terrible advice.
Do
Or if you have suggestions of dating sims we should play.
Yeah, we'd like to hear those too.
also do that.
So thank you very much for listening and spending your time with us. Be safe as always. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be smart. And enjoy Bowser's Fury, as we certainly will. We will be talking about it next week on the
It's
podcast.
gonna
So
be
be sure
the
to stay tuned
is
for
how
that.
I'm spending my Valentine's Day.
That- Rip F in the chat. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. Please share us with a friend. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube.com/StormwindGames. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.